I heard you were in Gladstone.
Yeah.
Happy Rock.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, the fact is, the case right now is in the U.S. Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals.
Your case
Yes.
regarding the house?
Yeah,
Okay.
the land and everything.
Okay.
I've supplied the information here that the case is dismissed.
That's your whole packet.
And I can show you if you'd like. I'll present to you the facts, basically, which shows they don't even have a case. The whole thing was, this in particular, I had filed this in 2012. That was my declaration of patent and homestead.
I'm not, do you recall what I said to you our last conversation?
Not everything.
Okay. I checked into this with the county officials regarding
Yeah.
the forfeiture of your property.
There was
What
no
I've been told-
forfeiture.
Oh,
because
or however, whatever,
okay, see,
the foreclosure?
that says dismissed.
Okay.
Okay, that was the
But all these facts you're showing me,
Right.
John,
uh-huh.
it's nothing that I can do regarding
Right.
this situation in your property.
Yeah.
What you need to do is, if you think you've been wronged by the county in this whole property issue, you need to get an attorney.
No, I'm the attorney.
Okay,
Yes,
but
sir.
I'm not the venue for you to try to get this remedy. That would
But
be,
they're taking stuff out of his home
and my
Yeah.
and
understanding,
apparently giving it to whoever.
Yeah.
my understanding on that, property, once the county has, foreclosed on the property, or maybe I'm using the wrong word.
Okay.
Once they've done that, whoever the new property owner is,
But they don't, there's no new property owner.
or whoever got the home on,
I have a lodial title.
okay,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm being
Yeah.
being told,
Yeah.
okay? So
But
this
see-
issue isn't through the Forsyth Township Police
Who
Department.
told you that, though?
I'm telling you that, okay? I don't have any power here to help remedy this situation.
So he's got to go to the county.
He needs to get an attorney. You need to get an attorney and tell him this whole case and have him take the case before a court, or see if he can take the case before a court to remedy it. I can't remedy it.
Well, the case is before a court right now. Okay, and it's gonna be reversed. So meanwhile, see that there's a 30-day notice to quit. I didn't get that. And you're aware of those. So anybody who is being evicted would get a 30-day notice to quit. I never got that.
But this whole issue,
Yeah.
your property, the property being removed from your property,
Okay.
everything has to do with that, the county's
But the stuff
foreclosure on the property. And then once the new owner took ownership, he has rights too.
So you're saying your hands are tied.
I'm saying that to get this all remedied is not something that the Forsyth Township, we can't do it for
So-
you.
What did you see just now at the house?
I went over to the house, and my house has been emptied out. And I'm 91 years old, and that's my personal property.
Yeah.
Now, how can a
This is the
judge,
same, so this is the
Yeah,
same
this
house.
is his house.
Okay.
how can a judge take my house and give it to somebody else
Yeah.
and trust my property?
Well, I don't know the whole story, but it had to do with what, back taxes
Yeah,
not
but-
being paid
Well,
allegedly?
we were exempt from taxes, and I have this document here where we are exempt
And
from
that-
taxes.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah,
let's just play along here.
okay.
They're saying that they moved on the property because of a lack of payment of back taxes, am I correct? Whether that, you believe that was right or wrong?
Yeah, but it
is
was
that
dismissed against me.
Okay,
The case was dismissed.
but this is, okay, but I guess we can keep going around.
Yeah,
I can't help you in this matter. You need to contact well, do you have an attorney for this matter?
no, I'm the attorney, and
Okay.
I've already defeated the charges. They're stealing the property. That's what we're saying. They're
Okay.
doing
I've
it,
been told that you haven't, what the sheriff's department did is valid, and I have no,
no, the sheriff department, I don't know, are you subject to the sheriff, or are
No.
they a chain of authority? Okay, like, is there a chain of authority in the Michigan State Police? Like, do they have more power than the sheriff? Does the sheriff have more power than the state
no.
police?
I mean, they have different, the sheriff's mandates, like the sheriff's mandated to run a jail, and he's mandated to do
Okay.
other things. And so there's different mandates, but does one have supersede the other?
Yeah.
And that, no.
Okay, so meanwhile, I have vehicles, and you had said you could get my trailer back.
But I have to have a legal, I found you your trailer, right? You got it back?
No,
Why not?
because it wasn't at Mr. Recker, it's at some motel. It's my trailer, and there's no judgment against my personal vehicles
Okay.
in his property.
So did you try to go recover it?
No, I filmed it though, we filmed where it is,
Yeah.
and see what I can do, I have recourse. The case is gonna be reversed, and all the people that have stolen our property now are gonna have to be prosecuted because it's gonna be reversed in the Supreme Court.
But see, there's two different kinds, and you obviously are very learned
Yeah.
and know your court system, but there's two different kinds of courts.
Yeah,
The kind of court that I work in most of the time is a criminal court of law.
yeah,
And if people believe they're doing something right under forfeiture laws or foreclosure laws and at the time when they're doing things, they believe they're doing them right.
uh-huh,
And then you come in and a judge overrules what the county did with your property,
uh-huh.
doesn't automatically put those people into a criminal court of law. You see what I'm saying? So let's say the new property owner, reading what he has in front of him, says you're allowed to
But
remove property.
That's the point, that there's no new property owner. It was done under color of law. It has the color of law.
There's a new property owner, you just don't agree with it, okay?
Yeah.
There's a new property owner, he believes he's the property owner,
Under
And he-
feudal tenancy law, not under
But-
allodial title.
but what I'm trying to tell you is, let's say the court comes back 2 months from now and says that whole process was wrong, you are the property owner.
Yeah,
The prosecutor's office isn't gonna all of a sudden start
yeah.
prosecuting people because they removed property from the house.
Yeah, and they stole all our property.
That's a civil issue.
Well, no, it's a criminal issue, because if it was done criminally, there are,
John,
you
it's
know,
a civil issue, I'm not gonna take up a criminal case with it,
okay,
I'm not going to.
all right.
It's a civil issue, and this is the court of, that's the court that needs to be handled in, is a civil court, not a criminal, and I'm not gonna take a case on it. Cause it won't go anywhere, criminal, it's
Okay,
a civil case,
all right, okay.
okay?
Well,
Thank you for your
So-
time.
You're very welcome.
those belong to
Very
you.
kind. Excuse me?
These, I'm giving these to you,
Okay.
and,
Is
What
there-
I don't understand, how can a judge give somebody else my house and
can't.
take my property? I went over there, the house is empty.
When, are you just being made aware of this, sir?
no.
No,
This has been on, I think this whole process has been ongoing for some time, hasn't it?
yeah, I used to go in the house with my own key all the time, see?
Yeah.
I ain't been there for several weeks.
Yeah.
Went over there, locks are changed, and everything's, a lot of stuff thrown out on the yard, and the house is empty,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my personal property, and it's taken.
Well, this has been handled.
I won the case against the treasurer March 27th. In there you'll find the document. They claim that there was no opportunity to remedy the situation at March 31st. That's when the judge dismissed it on March 27th. So then the treasurer's claims were void. So the treasurer has converted property under color of office, and it's a crime what they've done. So the fact is that there's Title 18 crimes, federal crimes against public officials like the treasurer and stuff who conspire to steal property by fraud. It's all been done by fraud, and the fraud claims are in there, they're noticed. It's fraudulent. So once it's reversed, and the case will be reversed, then I'll have a damage issue, and I have huge counterclaims in anyway. And that's why they were prejudicing me at the courthouse and everything. I have a case. They don't want me in there because I win court cases, and I prove them fraudulent. I've already won, but they don't care because they're doing your in-rem, gold fringe flag, admiralty law. I have jury demands it. The jury hasn't heard the case yet. And in the landlord-tenant case right there, it says, you have the right to a jury. I filed the jury demand in the manner at law. The trial hasn't been commenced yet. And so then the judge claimed I defaulted. I didn't default. They didn't serve properly, and if there's no proper service, you can't have a default.
Okay.
So,
And all these,
yeah,
and again, all these issues, there is a venue for you to bring that all up.
yeah, and it's in court now.
Okay.
It's in court now.
Okay.
But,
Now, I don't know, regarding your trailer, I don't know, you didn't even attempt to get your trailer back?
Well,
You just know where it is?
yeah, I know where it's at.
Okay.
I can go get it, and then they might complain about me. Well, then, you know,
Well, is it this, did I have the right record company?
it's a Skylark trailer. They claim I called them, they claim they towed it, and he said I could come pay him. I'm not gonna pay you. I don't even believe you have the trailer. You didn't. It's not there.
What about that M&M vending thing?
Yeah, the M&M vending, that's the corporation who claims they took my house. Well, a corporation can't have a patent. I have the patent, and a corporation is a commercial entity. You can't have a commercial entity deprive a private party out of their homestead rights that they've had for 100 years. You just can't do it.
Have you presented this whole argument to a court of law?
Yeah, I presented it.
But in what court? To district court or
The
circuit court?
court the U.S. District Court dismissed the treasurer, and then it went back to Mizuki in the
Yeah.
25th Circuit Court,
Right.
who dismissed the case, and there's a copy of the Register of Actions in
And
it.
so your belief then that this, what's happened shouldn't have happened then?
Of course. Right,
So you
right.
need to, either as an attorney on your own,
Yeah,
I still recommend you hire an attorney and
Yeah.
let him fight your battle.
yeah.
for ya.
Well, the point is, if you don't have money, you gotta be your own attorney.
Okay, so as an attorney,
Yeah.
you need to bring it back to the court that
Yeah.
this action has happened against, apparently, what you're saying is against her order.
Yeah. Well, it's in there right now. My appeal is in there. Okay.
Okay.
So it's in the court now.
It's in the system.
And the proof of service was filed yesterday,
Okay,
but it's in the system, and so here we go.
Okay.
You know, so the point is, you were just at an insurance meeting?
no, well, I guess you could say that I was meeting with the risk carrier for the township.
Is
yes.
is it Meadowbrook?
No.
Is
Why do you ask?
Well, because I had a debris ordinance case. I beat the township in a debris ordinance case. You're relatively,
For 3 months.
okay. Before you were hired, they cited me for a debris ordinance issue up there, and I filed a counterclaim and I won
Okay,
in the U.S. District Court.
okay,
And the insurance company was that, if it's Meadowbrook, they were the county's insurance company, I think, yeah. Meadowbrook Insurance Company.
okay.
So, did they get a new insurance company, or did they retain the same insurance
I
company?
believe it's the one that's been in place since I've been here, so.
Okay, because, they owe me money. They're gonna have to pay me because I beat the attorney, Kevin Cook. I beat him and his malpractice insurance company and my neighbor.
Okay.
So the point is, I'm a better attorney than the other attorneys, but there's corruption and color of law happening in downtown, and they don't want to obey the Constitution. They're in contempt of the Constitution, Congress, and court.
Okay.
Because they won't allow us to have due process of law. I have a jury demanded. And the U.S. District Court determined me indigent because I'm unemployed. And so when you're indigent, you don't have to pay jury fees, and they're supposed to schedule the jury trial, and it's right in their form. They didn't do it. So anyway,
But, I guess to
Right.
boil it down, this is going back before a judge again, is that what you're
well,
telling me?
it's before an appeals court judge right now.
Okay,
And so, the point is, I gotta find out where's our property, what did they do with our stuff? Can you at least find out where they put our stuff?
I could do that.
Okay, appreciate that.
I can see, if I can try.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
What is your phone number again?
it is,
Is
two,
Go ahead.
it is, 236 0889, and I gotta get a new card, and I'll have it on
How do you
Friday.
spell Canerva?
Kanerva.
K-A-N-E-R.
V as in Victor, A. Now, I wanna really, were you working in Marquette before, 3 months ago?
No,
No? Okay,
I retired from Marquette
I'm gonna,
last year in
Okay.
May.
You retired from Marquette?
Yeah.
now, I put in a letter actually to Chief Zybert, because I gotta report that trailer to him, and, because it's in Harvey, the stolen trailer.
Mhm.
But I put in there, the documents I put in at the end of the letter, I wound up putting a whole bunch more documents, and I'll make a itemized list. But since this happened, I was stalked by, and I put that in the letter, on August 22nd, I was stalked after the concert at the park, at the Lower Harbor, by, I think it was a Marquette City cop on a bicycle, and I was on a bicycle going up Washington Street. I had his pickup truck in Super One, I had to repair it, and needed a belt. It was squealing, making all kinds of noise. So we left it in the Super One parking lot. I was gonna go check on this truck, and I drove up there, and this police officer on a bicycle was riding tandem on the other side of the road with me, and when I got up by the park near Domino's Pizza, he just took off and went real fast, and he lost me. I got up by Burger King, I didn't see him. I turned and I went back, and I went down the Shop Cove Road back by Gilbert, and then I turned and I went through the subdivision back there. I got up to the top of the hill, and then I seen the sheriff zoom by real quick. And then he got to the stop sign, and he didn't pull anyone over, but he turned his lights on. And so I was, wow. So I just went across the lot, and I was up above his rear view mirror, got on the road, and I went back to Super One, and the sheriff was behind his truck, taking information off the license plate. So I just drove by, and I locked my bike to the rack. I went in Super One, bought a banana, got a date and time, and looked out there, and the sheriff was looking at me, and I was looking at him. And so then I decided to leave, and then I went up to Walmart, and then later on I went back and I went to my cousin's. Now my cousin was living at Pine Ridge, and she's developmentally disabled. But anyway, on October 14th, I went to the FBI, and I said, look, they have me listed as dead, deceased, Title Check LLC, certified that I'm deceased in the court files and on a page with all these other people that are going after their properties. But I'm obviously alive. I said, Deputy Bonzal, there's an affidavit affecting real estate in there. When I filed that affidavit in the Registry of Deeds, Pat Manley, he had come into the office and said, I'm going to have to arrest you. I think you know why. Now, if I had the debris ordinance case of FORSYTH Township, I already had one dismissal by the assistant assessor, and then I had a dismissal by the U.S. District Court. Now it's over because that's two dismissals with prejudice, res judicata. But Judge Gerard wouldn't hear that because he doesn't like me. I don't care for him either, because I won a case in 2004 and 5, and they tried to make me pay attorney fees, and they put phony fines and convictions in the court record, and I was acquitted by a jury. So I caught them in this fraud scandal with the courts and the clerks of courts, falsifying records and creating debtors' prisons and double jeopardy, all against the Constitution of Michigan and the United States. Okay. So, on October 14th, I go into the FBI, I say, look, they have me listed as deceased. I said, U.S. Code 241, 242 says conspiracy against rights, deprivation of rights under color of law. Deputy Bonzal, I'm filing paperwork. He kidnaps me, basically, is the definition in Black's Law. I'm doing business. He says, I'm going to have to arrest you. I said, look, that's going to cost you another $1 million. He goes, oh, I'm not going to put you in jail. I just want you to sign some papers. Right, and I said, I'm not signing any papers. But he wrote refuse on there and served me a paper from the county administrator saying that if I go to the courthouse, I have to, check in and or I'm being arrested for trespassing. Well, the case right now is in the Michigan Court of Appeals, and it's scheduled for a jury trial. Okay, So that was October 14th or 15th. Well, then all of a sudden that missing guy, Todd Trudeau, October 14th on the front page of the paper, right around the time I left that FBI office, the sheriff, I'm in another gentleman's car, races up to us in Washington Street, looks in the car, and I looked at him and waved at him like that. I said, go get some lunch, man. I mean, apparently, because the FBI guy goes, if you put a lien on the sheriff, we're going to get you. I go, what do you mean? He goes like, well, we'll find something to charge you with. I went, I guess I came to the wrong place. And the other FBI guy says, oh, you do pretty good work. You know, I like your paperwork. And I'm like, well, thank you. I said, but I think I mean, what's going on here? I said, I guess it's time to leave. And I left, took my papers. I left papers there. And so anyway, then all of a sudden that guy goes missing and I'm being stalked all over Marquette.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. So the point is, the guy fits my description. He lived on the same floor as my cousin, and I was being targeted. I was being stalked. New Year's Eve I was stopped. Marquette police stopped me back to Pine Ridge on New Year's Eve, one of my cousins. So what I'm saying is, this freedom issue with the land, apparently they're so afraid of us having our freedom and our tax exemption under the Homestead Act that somebody's willing to really go the extra mile to see that I don't win and that I'm blocked from the courthouse and that...
Well, you're not blocked from the courthouse, is my understanding.
Oh, I have to call and make an appointment. But
Right.
why? See, that's discriminatory under the First Amendment.
The reason you need to make an appointment because of past possible disturbances you created.
No, there was never...
I'm just saying what I've been told.
No, it's a lie. See, and this is the point.
But my point is that you are not blocked from anything. You just have to take a step before you can go into the courthouse.
But that's discriminatory because I've never made any disturbances there, and I have witnesses to prove it.
Okay.
So anyway, I mean, and I know you all work together and you gotta believe each other, but I never did make a disturbance there.
All I'm saying, John, is that I don't have any grounds to do, I can't help you with this case.
Yeah.
I think you've got
But
this
you
case where
can
it
see-
needs to be. I can try to see if I can find the property that was moved for your house for you.
Yeah, and
I
that's
can
the
do
whole
that, and
house.
I'll give you a call.
Yeah.
And if I can.
Now, what was removed? The cupboards and everything, and
I looked through the window, the locks closed there about 2-3 weeks ago, and I could get in, it was my own key.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And this time, a couple of days ago, I tried the door, I couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there just now, I got a kidney bladder problem, I went behind the barn, and I looked in the window, it was empty, but all kinds of stuff was piled up on the ground,
outside.
outside.
Okay.
Your
Well,
stuff.
that's all our stuff. So, are we allowed to go get our stuff? It's outside.
I don't think you're allowed on the it's not your property.
Well, no, it is our property. But the point is, the people that lost the case, and the evidence is before you. They lost the case, decided they're going to create phony deeds, which they never had the authority to create under color of office and law.
I think what you need to do is exactly what I've said.
Yeah.
Okay. And let an attorney or you handle it in a civil court.
Yeah.
All of it, the whole issue. Okay.
Yeah. But if a kid steals a candy bar, you can go arrest him or something.
But we're not talking apples and apples
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's a complete different scenario.
Well, not really, because
Well,
you'll see.
What about
So-
his battery and his
Yeah, what about my RV?
RV?
I mean, I need to get my vehicles are on my property. Are you saying that I can't have my vehicles?
So you still have property there?
Yeah, I have
Yes.
20 acres.
Okay.
But he's,
I don't know.
This and that.
Well, no, it's including the house, if you add it up, it's about 20 acres.
Okay. So there's still property that you have there.
Yeah,
And I can see if I can try to make arrangements for you to collect your property that's there.
yeah.
Bull
Well,
barn.
But you gotta give me, I can't get it done right this
Yeah.
second.
right,
but
okay, well,
I'll do that.
he just bought a battery, for the RV. It's gone, it's stolen, so you can't, you know,
It's stolen out of the
Out of the
RV,
RV.
so you can't start the RV to move the RV.
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
What kind of RV is it?
it's a Cruiser. So anyway, it's old, you know, but it runs. And so they're saying basically, well, you guys don't have this homestead, you're not United States, you're in a feudal tenancy, be naked on the street, you don't get anything. That's what they're saying. And that's
So
totally
he's
illegal.
also saying there's clothes, there's
Yeah.
there's pictures, there's
I understand.
all
My
kinds of
court
stuff
files, case files, that's a 14th Amendment crime violation to steal someone's case files and all his files and all the history of our house and our home and the history of this town. Basically, he's the town historian. And he had records and pictures and slides and everything in these bookcases. That's his property.
I had bookcases full of slides.
Slides and all
So-
his research, everything he's done his whole life is in this house.
I understand, John. I understand. So let me make some calls tomorrow to see if I can locate this property, to see if I can make an arrangement for you to recover your property.
Yeah.
And I'll try to do that, and I will call you tomorrow.
Okay,
about that.
well, my phone, is it Friday, it's Thursday tomorrow?
Yes,
Yeah, my phone probably won't be until Friday. I gotta buy a card,
okay.
so,
You want to give my number temporarily?
nah, that's all right.
No, I'll call Friday.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Well,
your
Thanks
time.
for your help,
Yeah.
you know, what you can do, because, you know,
Appreciate your time.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Thank you.
It was very nice to meet you, Mr. Canerva.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.